how do you go about settling a dog bite case for a minor in Illinois? Hi, I'm Josh Rohrscheib. I'm a personal injury lawyer, and our office has handled a lot of dog bite cases. Unfortunately, many dog bite cases involve minors. And when we go through the claim process and an insurance company wants to offer a large settlement to one of our clients, it's an unusual process that's needed when a case involves a minor to settle a case. It's different than an adult where you just sign a release and the insurance company will send a check and the case is over. In cases involving a minor, there are a few extra steps that are needed. And in this video, I'd like to briefly explain those to you. So if you have received an offer that you feel is fair to your child and in your child's best interest, your lawyer will file a petition with the court to appoint a guardian who will be charged with taking responsibility for the settlement recovery for your child. And it's typically either both parents as co-guardians or one parent as guardian. And so the petition will be asking the court to name a guardian, and will also be asking a court to authorize the guardian to accept a settlement on behalf of the minor. And in that petition, we'll lay out what happened, what the sources of recovery are, what the child's injuries are, what the medical bills are, what would have to be paid out of the settlement. And then an important consideration is what would be done with the settlement money to ensure that it's used in the child's best interest. And your lawyer can advise you on different options that would be available for the minor's funds. The best option really depends on the facts and circumstances of your case, how much money we're talking about, how old the child is, what kind of needs the child is going to have. And really that's a case-by-case issue. But the petition would lay out what the plan was for the court for using the money in the best interest of the child. So you file this petition with the court, and then the court will appoint a totally independent lawyer called a Guardian Ad Litem. Now that lawyer doesn't work for the parents or for the insurance company. They work really for the court, and their job is to talk to the family, evaluate the case, usually interview the child if the child's old enough, and do some research on the circumstances of the case, and then make a recommendation and usually file a written report with the court and let the court know whether or not that totally independent Guardian Ad Litem believes that the settlement is in the best interest of the child. Then a hearing will be set with the court, and typically a lawyer will bring their clients and often also the child or the minor. It kind of depends on the age of the child. If it's a very young child, it wouldn't be needed typically, and typically wouldn't be appropriate to bring the child to court. It kind of depends on the judge and the judge's preference. Usually if the child's like a teenager or an older child, the court may also want to hear from the child. So it's important for the child to go along with the hearing. But a hearing would be held with the court where the court would hear the petition and testimony about the situation, and the court would consider whether or not to appoint the guardian and whether or not to authorize the guardian to accept the settlement. In that hearing, the court would also hear from the Guardian Ad Litem and what their recommendation is to the court. And then if the court is persuaded that the settlement is in the child's best interest, they'll name a guardian, they'll authorize that guardian to accept the settlement. A court may want to make some changes to the proposal, and if that's the case, then the lawyer would work with the court and prepare an order that reflected the court's wishes. But ultimately, at the end of that hearing, there would be an order given to the court if the court wants to approve the settlement. And in that order, the judge would sign off, and then that order would usually authorize the parents, or the guardian rather, to sign a release on behalf of the minor. The release is sent to the insurance company, and then the insurance company would issue the payment for the child. And I hope this explanation of the process is helpful. If you have any questions, we'd be happy to give you a free consultation to explain it. So please don't hesitate to reach out if you have questions about dog bite cases. We'd be happy to help. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Thanks.